Worked. Good evening or good morning. Yes, it's good morning for quite a lot of you. And the sun is still shining here, but only for another hour or so. And so, numbers are climbing. Just quick sound check if somebody can write in the chat that you can hear me. Please, anybody? Okay, that means you can hear me. Yes. Yes, hear you. Right. Hi, Victoria. Dante. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So we've got 3 minutes before we actually start. And we are excited. Yeah. Think how I feel. Mm-hmm. And to catch spiritual wires down into the ocean, that is the forest. Makes sense. High upon Minnesota or Minneapolis? No, Minnesota, isn't it? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and wash my hands before we start. I'll see you in a minute. So, let's just leave it 2-3 minutes till before we start, because this is the moment of truth. May I ask, since when you have been active in, let's say, spiritual interest? Well, it began in about 1964, when there was a lot to do in the newspapers in Britain about the concept of healing. Is it real? Does it work? Does it exist even? And there were a lot of stories of people having been given a death sentence by the medicos, going to a healer, and then boom, completely healthy again. And then we had this thing of, ask the doctors, well, what's happened here? And they say, oh, that wasn't healing, that was spontaneous remission. And then you ask them, well, what's the difference between healing and spontaneous remission, and how can you tell the difference? And you got one of two answers. The first answer was the question was simply ignored. And the second answer was, oh, you're not a doctor, you wouldn't understand. And not being, shall we say, satisfied with either answer, I decided to do some digging myself. I was still at school then, a long time ago. relatively speaking. And I was privileged to meet some healers and to observe them working, and very quickly it became clear, yes, it is real, it does work. And then for me, the next question was, well, what's special about these people who can do it? And that took longer to answer, and the answer is nothing at all. Which then led to the third question, well, if that's the case, how can I do it? And for the next 15 years, that was my hobby, researching everything in that area. And not only researching, but actually learning and practicing a lot of things in that area. And then in 1986, my life was turned on its head, or maybe finally onto its feet, and my hobby became my profession. And it's been that way ever since. Now, what I didn't know at the time, I was following the classical Celtic way of a boy would be taken into the healer school at about between 9 and 12 years of age, and would spend 12 years in the school. Then he would be sent out on the road and as a bard. Now, a bard had many functions. This idea of a wandering minstrel is Catholic propaganda. It has very little to do with reality. And one of the main tasks of the bards was to hold the society together. So to make sure that language didn't divert too much from a theoretical standard, so that communication could take place. A bard was also a healer, what's the word? A counselor, the English word for this has disappeared. The German word still exists, but the English one doesn't. So the German word is Richter, which means to make right, whereas that translates as judge. Now, the judge is a Catholic concept. It's about guilt and punishment. It's not about the original meaning of the function, which is to return everything to order. So dissolve disputes and bring about a new balance, etc., etc. Now, after a minimum of 21 years on the road, the very best of the bards will be invited to join the Circle of Merlins. Now, Merlin is not a name, it's a title. And the reason that it's believed it's a name is quite simply in the royal courts, you'll still experience it today if you ever get invited. People are not referred to by name, or the aristocrats, and those holding office are not referred to by name, but by title. So, King something or other, Henry VI would never say Richard, he would say York. So it's Richard, Duke of York, you see. And just so it was normal in the Celtic royal courts for a Merlin to be present, and he would not be called by name, not Targatal or whatever, he would be called by title. Merlin, what is your opinion? And that's the origin of the idea that Merlin is a name, but it's not, it's a title. And to translate, it doesn't translate exactly into modern parlance, there isn't an equivalent. But it would mean a scholar, a master healer, a wise counselor, a judge in the sense of returning things to order. Yeah, lots of things in that area. That's what Merlin, the title, means. And on September 2014, I was invited to join the Circle of Merlins, and it was only then that I realized that I'd followed the traditional house building training to go from senior bard to Merlin. So that, in a few sentences, is the answer to the question. Torrent 5 and 9, by the way, don't understand. So now a quick explanation of what we're going to do. Now, we're going to do what we've been practicing for the last few days: thankfulness, love, completely filled with both, and then the sorry, the union to act together. And then we are going to do something with the quantum fields, or the 0 point field, or Holy Ghost, or whatever you want to call it. You are in the field, and the field is in you. They're completely inseparable. So whatever you experience is whatever you have instructed the field to deliver to you. It's what you have manifest. Now, a lot of people manifest from fear, and so you manifest what you don't want. You manifest from thankfulness, and you manifest, you create what you do want. Now, I did write a book on this. It's still available. In English, it's called The Key to Luck, on the website of the same name, thekeytoluck.com. And it's a step-by-step instruction manual and exactly how to do it. So it's basically changing your habits, your expectation habits, from destructive to creative. And it's all about reprogramming your expectations. Well, it's from your expectations that you manifest. So it's just a case of taking conscious control of them, sorting them out, and only using the ones that you like. Now, the 0 point field, or Holy Ghost, or whatever you want to call it, has one function, and that is to serve you, to do whatever you want, whatever you command. In quantum physics, it's described as the field of unlimited possibilities, because there are literally no limits, none whatsoever, unless you decide to use the possibility of limiting to stop something. And that is what we're going to do. So first, we go into our practice, thankfulness and love, and then combined with the entire community present. Yeah, it goes easier and quicker with practice, doesn't it? And the reason for that is it's your natural state. Now, what I want you to do with your inner eye, and for some it's going to be easier if you close your physical eyes. It's not necessary, but if it helps you, and that's good. And I want you to look into the field until you see the possibility of this weapon system called 5G. Now, half an hour ago, with the German group, we put a lid on that to stop it, which means it's not as nowhere near as bright as it was, but it's there. You can feel it still. Oh yeah. Almost everybody's picked it up already. Wonderful. And then what I want you to do together, what I want us to do, is to go over there and put another lid on top of it to stop it completely. As with the German group, that went very, very fast. I can perceive that we may well have other tasks for us, which may be given to us. I don't know what, I don't know when at the moment, but keep in touch. It could be that when they grasp what's happened, that YouTube will be told to block this. So hopefully by then, Brighteon will have live stream available. That's alternative to YouTube. Created by Natural News, and there is almost no censorship there, but there's also no rubbish. If you start putting up videos of pussycats crawling around your bed, they will be deleted, because that is not the purpose of Brighteon. The purpose of Brighteon is to distribute that which the mainstream press doesn't want you to know. So all I can say is thank you very, very much. And we will see us now. Let me just have a quick look in the chat, see if there's any questions that need to be answered. Good morning, Cassie. Oh, I see you. Okay, right. Hodelin, but where danger is the saving also what? Bastian? Hölderlin, but where danger is the saving also. I don't understand that, Bastian. You want to explain it quickly before we all disappear for the evening or the day? It's from a German poet. But did he write that in English? That sounds like a Google translation. Ah, now I understand it. So let me see if I can do a better translation for those who don't speak German. Wherever danger grows, the the best I can do with this is wherever danger grows, there grows also the way out. One more question. It says no name. Okay, go for it. Tip, tippity, tippity, tip. Through your rejuvenation trust, my lips doesn't move as they should or like before normally. What? through your rejuvenation transmission, my lips don't move as they should or like before. I don't understand that, no name. Send me an email and we'll look at that in more detail. German is a complex language. Well, it's not as complex as Thai. You have to use the rejuvenation in the sun. I don't understand that, Curtis. Anyway, we will see us of that. I am certain. Oh, maybe the person said the lips don't work. Okay, see you later, Bastian. Now I understand, Curtis. Oh, right. Okay, anyway, folks, I gotta go. And I hope we'll see us again soon. Thank you. Bye.